Hey, hey, hey. I am so excited that you're here. Come on in. Come on in. Let's visit. Well, my name is Vickery. If this is your first time visiting with us, and we're excited that you're here, even if it's your 50th time to visit with us. Thank you for joining me. You know, I'm noted as the voice of generational wisdom. My brand is a wise word. In fact, that's how you got here, wasn't it? A wise word? There you go. Today, we're going to share some things about values. Values. You know, certainly what happens around us has a bearing on what happens within us. So, because of that, sometimes it's often difficult to establish a value system that is consistent. See, almost all of us know what it's like to join a crowd and turn to indulgence, diversions, to the proper fads of the day, looking for something to satisfy a restlessness and hunger for direction and for meaning. While some of us find satisfaction in varying degrees with diversions and fads, most of us find those temporary. The momentary experience that we have with things going on around us, they don't really form the base that we need to establish for enjoying a better life. You see, every day we meet situations where we have to decide what is wrong, good or bad, just or unjust, and so on. Some of these situations are routine, some are unique, others are a matter of importance. Behind almost every choice we make and every action we take is our value system. The dictionary defines values as preferences we have about what is desirable in life situations. Ask yourself these two questions. What is it that I truly value? Are there areas where I have trouble in clarifying my values? Now, a little later, we're going to look at some values. But now let's just kind of get a feel for what it is and what it means to us. You see, it's not efficient to know that we have a system of values. To live vibly and to live intensely, we got to know what we truly value. And this is often difficult, as we've distinguished, in a society that makes confusing and conflicting demands upon us and what we do. Just too many times, we make important choices based on our own feelings. But are those feelings built on a solid base of values? Are they based on what someone else has said you should be thinking or doing? You see, when our values are chosen on the basis of what others think or what others feel, if they feel that is desirable and good for us, see, we experience difficulty in acting on our own accord. When we let others decide what we should value in life, we give them veto power over our lives. If our worth as a human being is to be measured by how closely we conform to the wishes of others, to our peer groups, our associates, our friends, our family, we lose the real worth that we have for ourselves. Our greatest strength, our free will, becomes our biggest weakness. we no longer act on that free will. So certainly what happens around us has a bearing on what goes on within us. But ultimately, to build a quality value system, we have to structure it from inside out. That's the way it should be. But is that the way you do it? You see, if we choose our own values, if we use them wisely and discriminately, we project ourselves into life situations with conviction of right and purpose. The choice of what gives meaning and direction to our lives is ours and ours alone. When we're willing to go within to find out what we truly value, our actions will be consistent with the best that's within us. Now, I want to give some ideas about values, things that we need to just really build a base on. I think of things like being an independent thinker, relating well to others, enjoying some variety in life, having approval of others, being liked and admired, being attractive, being physically and mentally fit, being respected for what we are, having some security, being free from worry and anxiety, achieving things through our own efforts, being the very best at something, having opportunities to learn and gain knowledge, and in fact, being maybe knowledgeable in many areas, loving and caring for others, being loyal, being honest, both with ourselves and with others, having inner peace and harmony, being trusted, being close to a lot of people, or maybe just enjoying your time alone, being spiritual, believing in God. It goes on. But I think it's so important that we sit down. I don't care what age we are. Values change over time. What we once valued, or what I once valued as a young man, not the same things I value today. So I think it's important, regardless where we are, or what we are, or at what age we are, that we take some time to establish our values. And I want to say just one thing for the parents out there. The world, it tugs and it pulls at our young people. You know, the one thing I think is very important from an adult standpoint, it's important that we place before every young person in every key situation this question: what will be the consequences of each choice you make? Will it increase you or decrease you? Is it right or wrong? Young people need to understand that almost right is still wrong. I cannot emphasize enough the principle that for every choice, there is a consequence. If a parent or grandparent has involvement in a young person's life, raise the question of choice and consequences every time they walk out the door. If you do this, what are the possible consequences to you and to that young person? Values are personal. The choice of what gives meaning and direction to life is dependent on each of us making the decision for ourselves, what we value. You know, last time we were together, or maybe I believe it was the last time I talked about listening to your doer. Well, you also have sitting right beside your doer a gnawer, a Gnawer, because it gnaws at you and it gnaws at you and it gnaws at you when you're not doing something right. So listen to your gnawer. I better get it right, because when you do things right, that gnawer doesn't go off. But when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, it tells you. So listen to your gnawer. Your value system, values. Make sure that you have a strong base on which you establish your life, regardless of the age. I'm Lou Vickery, and this is actually from my first book. I'm talking 45 years ago. You know what? The principles are still the same. That was entitled The I Company, the one letter word I. We all run a company. So until we meet again, I hope you'll check out my website, www.life/library. Check them out. Until we meet again, I'm Lou Vickery, and you keep that smile on your face. You keep the happiness in your heart, and you keep optimism on your tongue. See you soon.